Thanks. And I hope Deputy OD appreciates that I've been involved in discussions and the bells don't sound so clearly up there, as it were. I want to welcome the opportunity to open the debate and to thank the Minister of State, Paschal Donohoe, for his opening statement in relation to this. The Government has provided steadfast support for older people, and in that context, I want to say loud and clear here tonight, this Government has protected the free travel scheme for beneficiaries in all of its budgets to date and will continue to protect the scheme. And I have to say, I am upset that people would almost attempt to scare older people in particular. That's something which is iconic and which they value and they use in their lives, that it would be taken away at a time when the economy is recovering. So I would really like the people in Fianna Fáil to acknowledge that. Well, I think they are entitled as an organisation to make policy choices and campaigns. But to be honest, Deputy OD, and I understand that your concern, and I'm sure Fianna Fáil's concern, is to simply put a statement on the record of the House. And I am saying, as Tánaiste and Minister for Social Protection, as I have said since this campaign began, that there is no threat to free travel for older people, pure and simple. And I don't want older people to feel worried and scared because of a campaign in this respect, which, with due respect to yourselves and to people who are campaigning on this, there's no requirement, and I particularly do not want older people to feel nervous and fearful because of this campaign. I don't think it's required, quite honestly, but obviously people are free to campaign on whatever they wish to campaign on. The population of Ireland so the travel pass is safe, just let me say that. The population of Ireland, it is ageing rapidly. It's estimated that the over 65 population will rise by nearly 220,000 over the next decade to just over 800,000 people in 2024. These demographic changes, they will pose significant social and economic challenges for individuals, families and society in general. However, such changes will also bring with them many opportunities as older people continue to make a significant contribution to all aspects of Irish life. The Government believes that the challenges can be met and the positive opportunities that arise, they can be exploited by planning now to ensure that our society, Irish society, is an age-friendly one in the years ahead. The OECD undertook an independent and objective review of the Irish pension system, which was published last year. In it, they find that the economic situation of pensioners is comparatively good, both with respect to other age groups in the population and in international comparisons. Now, we would all like it to be better and improved, but that is the actual finding, and you only have to go north of the border to actually do the calculation of the differentials. The Government have sought to maintain the basic rate of state pension at 34% of the average weekly earnings. There have been significant improvements with regard to the level of pensioner poverty in Ireland in recent years, and I want to acknowledge the work that the previous Government did in relation to that, and that they gave a commitment to that, and I do actually want to acknowledge it. And the previous Government, at the height of the difficulties that they brought the country to, I have to say, Deputy, as well, they did freeze the money, the allocation in relation to free travel, but you did, in fairness, maintain it, and I'm acknowledging that. And, you know, I really think the scaremongering is out of place. The Government, as I said, there have been significant improvements. This is mainly attributed to substantial increases in the rate of state pensions over the period, and I acknowledge the work of the previous government. Last week, the Department of Social Protection hosted its annual pre-budget forum. Actually, it was on Friday morning from about 8:30 to 1:30, so it gave me a very gainful employment while other things were happening potentially elsewhere. So many of the submissions received in the department in advance of the forum and many of the contributions at the workshops on the day referred to the free travel scheme. And I went to all of the workshops, as did all of the senior staff in the department, in a very positive atmosphere of discussion with all of the different groups represented. All of the representative groups were clear in their support for the continuance of the free travel scheme. It is a scheme which is held in the highest regard, and it's valued even by those people who rarely use it. It is regarded as a sort of passport to both leisure activities, to time with families, and most importantly, to helping people get to critical things like hospital and other care appointments. For some, it's a way to get to work. For others, to help them to attend their hospital appointments. For many people, it is life-enhancing support that really goes beyond the term social inclusion. The free travel scheme was introduced in 1967 in order to provide transport services to those aged over 70 who were living alone and in receipt of a social welfare pension. Owing to the range of policy changes implemented since 1967, the scheme is now universally available to all persons living in the state aged 66 and over, as well as carers in receipt of carers allowance and certain other people, such as people in receipt of disability allowance and invalidity pension. The effect of this broadening is that in excess of 20% of the total national population benefits from the scheme at present. The free travel scheme permits customers to travel for free on most CIE public transport services, Irish Rail, the DART, Bus Air and Dublin Bus, and it can also be used on the Luas and a range of services offered by up to 90 private operators. How's my time?
Very accommodating this evening.
Okay. And there's also, as you know, it's available on cross-border journeys to and from Northern Ireland, and customers aged 66 years and over can travel for free on journeys within Northern Ireland as part of the All-Ireland Travel Scheme. And customers of the scheme who are married, cohabiting or in a civil partnership receive a pass that allows their spouse, their civil partner or their cohabitant to travel with them for free. Certain customers with disabilities or incapacities can get a companion pass. And obviously the cost of the scheme has risen significantly in recent years, as have the numbers of people availing of the scheme. And in relation to review and reform, successive governments over many years have spoken of the need for greater policy analysis, evaluation and review of expenditure, not to mention all of the experts from the international bodies who kind of camped in Ireland for a while, but thankfully they now just visit us occasionally because we're now in recovery. So there's been significant investment for training for civil servants and additional recruitment of qualified analysts and evaluators. There's no apology for a review being carried out in relation to any area of public expenditure. Minister O'Dea will know, or Deputy O'Dea will know very well, that in fact the terms of the Troika that you signed up to required practically everything that moved in any government department to be evaluated. But let me say finally that the department is spending a very significant amount of money for a new PPS card with a biometric photo, and it's currently being rolled out to older people across the country to, I have to say, an extremely positive support by them for this. And if you have had occasion to see that, you will see that marked on the top of it is FT. free travel. Now I ask you, would we make this very significant investment in technology if in fact somehow or other we were going to do away with this? So, Deputy OD, I rest my case. The free travel pass is safe.